Hey, I'm Joe DeGanzik, and you're on Lighting Answers. This is the show where we talk about multiple forms of the new energy-efficient lighting like LED and other technologies. We do some lighting design information for your home and other places. We bring it all together with home automation and the Internet of Things, those connected devices that you hear about all the time in the news these days. Today we're talking about yet another new product from a relatively young company. I'm talking about G7 Power. Yeah, nothing to do with that other company called Seventh Generation. Same, number kind of thing, but different product line. Anyways, G7 Power is out of Nevada. They are a company. They actually don't make the little chips, the LED chips and so forth themselves. They take the best products and components from around the world and combine them into their own products for specifically LED lighting. Products that save you money and look beautiful and a heck of a lot better than our old CFL light bulbs that people are trying to get rid of. So anyways, this is one of their latest products. I'll get the label facing up for you. It's the regular old light bulb shape, otherwise called A19. We'll do some close-ups for you here. And it is a pretty good looking bulb, and it has many of the characteristics of many of the other companies that have produced these bulbs recently, which is like the smooth sort of outer shell. It's mostly plastic except for the metal heatsink, and it does offer a 360-degree light output here around the top of it. The bottom, of course, is the heatsink, some electronics and whatnot. Overall, it is a pretty good bulb. We've been testing it briefly, for about a week or so here in the studio in some of our fixtures. And here's a side-by-side photo. You can see, and it's hard to tell in this photo and even harder to tell in person. It is slightly more, and I just say slightly more, on the yellowish scale. This is a warm white that we're testing, 2700 degrees Kelvin on the color temperature scale. And to be transparent, G7 was nice enough to send us this bulb along with a number of others that we're testing. So we didn't actually go out and purchase these bulbs, just to let you know. But the bulb puts out a great amount of light. It's 810 lumens. It takes 10 watts of power to power that. And if you're wondering what all that means, it's a 60-watt equivalent bulb. So that means basically your regular old 60-watt equivalent light bulb puts out around 800 lumens, and this one puts out 810. It does so at only 10 watts of power, so it's very energy efficient. Is it the most energy efficient of its kind? No, but in general, we're not going to quibble over a 1 watt or 2 unless you're really trying to fulfill some need to be the most efficient one on the block. You're not going to find these in retail stores yet. You're generally going to find these at their website, g7power.com, or on Amazon.com, where they have made a good name for themselves, being in the top 10 best-selling LED bulbs, and that's pretty cool. And like I said, they do have an entire line of products other than just these. They do carry them in 3 or 4 different color temperature varieties, depending on which one you get. I only saw 3 on the website for this regular old light bulb shape one, but they say they do have 4, and that's warm white. They step it up to like halogen white, and then you get 3000 and 4000 and so on, probably up to 5000 K for different needs, whether you want that warm look, that kind of daylight look, or something in between. It is nicely dimmable. I'm not going to say it's perfectly dimmable because we haven't finished our dimming torture tests with it. It is relatively smooth dimming. They use the NXP chipset, which a number of companies are using that to achieve smooth flicker-free dimming, I will say that. And it is nearly full-range dimming as well. A lot of times your mileage may vary, your dimming may vary, depending on what dimmer you use, but they do say it is compatible with a wide variety of dimmers. And at less than $10, around $9 or so on Amazon, it is a pretty good bargain. It's going to be in line with what you're going to pay at your local home improvement store, depending on what rebates may be offered in your local area. So it could be slightly more, slightly less. But from what we can tell right now, it's a pretty good quality product. Also, one last thing to note, no buzzing or noise, or if there is any, it's very imperceptible. So what do I personally think, and what do we think currently about this bulb? Well, we think it's going to make it into our buying guide as a good buy. We'll finish our testing and get back to you on that, but overall, it's just a first quick look at the bulb, and we think that it's a pretty good bargain for you. You won't find it in stores, so you have to rely on our advice or other reviews online, or check out their website for the full specs. And we'll have reviews coming out about some of their other products that they sent us, such as flood bulbs and little candelabras and so forth. Should be pretty interesting to check out their different products. So other than that, that is the end of this episode, a pretty quick one. As always, I love your feedback. I love your questions. What powers us and powers our Q&A episodes, which is awesome. And if you're a manufacturer like G7 and you want to send us some products, or if you're any type of manufacturer, home automation or lighting product, get a hold of us at questions@answers.lighting. We'd love to test your products out and let you know and the audience what we think of them. Of course, you can find us across the web and the social media spectrum. Here's all the different ways you can do that. And we'll be back for more episodes coming up, and some great, cool, fun stuff coming up this summer with all the big announcements in home automation. It should be an exciting 2015. Otherwise, thanks for watching. I'm Joe DeGanzik, and I'll talk to you next time.